Hello, hello everyone, and happy Wednesday. Okay, I have a new challenge for you today, and I'll tell you what that is in just a minute. The purpose of today's video, though, is to highlight a special stamp set, and so I'm going to do that for you. But before we get all that, hello, my name is Kristina Reese. This is Creating with Kristina, and I'm trying to get my, there we go. Oh no, where'd it go? There it is. Yay! Creating with Kristina. Oh, and it's got Manicam on there. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, well, I thought I had it on there. There it is. Creating with Kristina. I come live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on my Facebook page, and Wednesday is my card challenge day. So, thank you all so much. I'm going to go ahead and put my blog up at the top here. There we go. So you all know where to find me whenever. This is my blog. So let's get back to what I'm doing today, and that is we have a joining special going on right now, and it ends on Monday the 28th, okay? The reason why I wanted to mention this was because of the stamp set I'm using today. This special, we call it the Ultimate Bundle, our starter kit, and how it works is the $99 plus tax gets you $125 of whatever you want in the catalog. You cannot go over, so $124.75 or whatever, but you can't go over $125. Then also you get the free shipping, so you're saving $10 there. They are throwing in 2 extra stamp sets at any price, and that's why I want to share this special stamp set with you today, because the stamp set I'm using today is a $39 stamp set. All right, you also get a paper pumpkin. That is a $23 order. $23 value. There we go. And then you also get some business supplies if you choose to turn it into a business. But you do not have to turn it into a business. It's my team is called Reese's Paper Pieces. It's just a play on my name, Kristina Reese. And a lot of demonstrators take advantage of the $20 discount, 20% off discount on future orders. And so we call them hobbyists. And over 80% of the demonstrators today are just hobbyists. They just buy from themselves. They are their own best customer. So they order from themselves. And but also, besides that, you get access to all my personal tutorials. My card classes, card kits that I do with my customers, you get those tutorials free. I send them to you email. Also, I have team challenges, we have team gatherings, we do mystery stamping, we do a lot of fun stuff together. I also can train you to grow your business if you choose. You do not have to have a business though, but I can also help you with your hobby. A lot of creativity, a lot of, I do a card ministry at my church. A lot of my hobbyists do that, and I can share how I do mine. But anyways, there's a lot of things going on. And so I just wanted to share with you that this special ends on Monday. All right, what is the next thing on my list here? Oh, before we get started on today's challenge, let's find out who won the challenge from 2 weeks ago. I took off last week, so here we go. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. And our winner is Terry Farron. Congratulations. And this is her card. That was a sketch challenge that we did. And you can see her circle thing here and then a little image on the corner. So she did perfect. It looks just like the sketch there. Awesome. All right. So Terry, you will need to send me your mailing address, private message me your mailing address. I might have it, but it's just easier if you go ahead and send it to me now, and that way I can just get your gift out in the mail to you. All right, let's get on with today's challenge. All right, like I said, I am going to be using a stamp set, and it is called a Wish for Everything, and it is a 2-piece stamp set, but it is considered one stamp set, and it is a $39 stamp set. And then, so if you join as a demonstrator, you can choose this as your extra free stamp that you put in after you've picked out your 125. You can pick this one plus another one. And it does have coordinating dies and this is why today's challenge, we're calling it a word art. We're cutting out Happy St. Patrick's Day out of this word wishes. So you could put this die set in with your $125 bundle, and then choose this stamp set that goes with it as your extra stamp set. So anyways, that I'm highlighting that because the special ends on Monday, and I just want you all to be very aware of everything. Okay, now let's get on with our cards. So the challenge is word art, and I want to pull up, and I forgot to do this earlier, and I apologize. I need to pull up my Facebook page so that I can see all of your comments here on my iPad. Okay, and so I need to go to posts. There we go. And here it is. And I have 16 comments so far. So let me swipe over and see that. And there's Terry. She saw that she won. Congratulations. Tony said congratulations. Michelle, Deborah. Love it, love it. Okay. And Michelle says she has that stamp set. Yay! Yeah, it is an awesome stamp set. It has every wish. It's got Easter, Christmas, Father's Day, Mother's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Halloween. I believe it even is Thanksgiving, Hanukkah. I mean, it has every wish. So it is an excellent stamp set you'll want to invest in. Okay, step number 1 is we need the cardstock. And so I'm doing a St. Patrick's Day card. And so my base is going to be Mossy Meadow, traditional 8.5 by 5.5. Okay. Then I have 2 pieces cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And one of them will go on the front, and the other will go on the inside. Okay, so let me put that to the side and that to the side. Now, this stamp set is a red rubber, so you do not need this pad here for the words. However, I am also using Rainbow of Happiness. I mean, who doesn't think of rainbows when they think of St. Patrick's Day and the rainbow to the pot of gold? I'm also, though, I do not have a shamrock stamp, but I do have this itty bitty heart right here. Now, this stamp, it actually is a stamp with 3 hearts on it. So what I did is I took that stamp and I just cut one of the hearts off. And then if I ever need to go back, whoops, I'm off camera, I apologize. If I ever need to go back and put it back together, just match up where I cut it, and then I can take it off right there. Okay, so I did that because I'm going to make a shamrock with a heart. If you've not seen that, I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. All right, and then, of course, I'm using the rainbow here. All right, and we're going to start with the rainbow. Our card, the card I am making, is going to take this whole thing. And I want to zoom in a little so you all can see. I have noticed that it's a little blurry. I hope it's not too blurry. Like I said, I am using this new software, and I am trying to make it work the best I can. All right, so we're going to start with these rainbow pieces, okay? And I'm going to start with my largest one, and I'm going to do it in different colors of green, and I'm going to start with the garden green, okay, a nice, beautiful, dark garden green, okay, bright garden green, all right. Make sure it's all inked up. Oh, this is where I need the pad, okay. When you're using photopolymer stamps, you want to make sure that you have some kind of foam padding to help make sure it stays nice and it gets a good image stamped. That cushion helps even things out. All right, so there we go. And it looks a little dark right now, but it does dry a little lighter than that. All right, so there's that one. Then I'm going to take the next size, but I'm going to change ink. And, whoops, I'm going to go with Pear Pizzazz. Okay, Pear Pizzazz. And I'm going to make sure my stamp is clean. There we go. And get some ink on there. All right, we've got the Pear Pizzazz now. And we just want to line that up best we can. Okay. I noticed my large one is kind of skinnier on the edges, but that's okay. It's a kind of a faux art looking rainbow. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, now I'm going to do something just a little special here. So before I do my next layer, I'm going to do my inside layer here with the next color, and then I'm going to heat emboss some gold with that other layer. So let's get this on here. And now this is kind of tricky because I want to make sure, now excuse my head, I'm going to lean over to make sure that I get that lined up really well. Okay, and spaced as well as I can. So excuse my head there. And there we go. Now I'm going to do these stripes in gold. So this will be fun. So let's get out our Versa ink. If you are not familiar with heat embossing, you need a couple of things. The first thing you need is Versa Mark. It is a sticky ink, and it will help hold our gold embossing powder. Okay, so here we go. Excuse my head again as I get over. Make sure that's lined up. There we go. Okay, and now what I need to do, cover your Versamark. You do not want powder to get in there. Okay, and so here is my powder, and I need something to catch the excess powder with, so I just have a little coffee filter here, and I am just going to sprinkle the gold right on the Versamark. Okay, and make sure that gets on there good, and then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to kind of twap it, blow on it. Okay, looking good. I'm loving it. Okay, let's put our excess powder back in so our heat tool does not blow it away. Is everybody still with me? I got Ann here. I'm loving it. Hello, Ann. Welcome. Now, my heat emboss tool. Excuse me while I come over here. And I know you can't see me. I'm kind of off camera. I'll see how much I can get back into camera here. And I'm just taking my heat tool, and be careful when you're using your heat tool. You don't want to get the paper so hot that the paper warps. However, you need it hot enough to melt the powder. And you know it's melting when you tilt it in the light and you see it start to shine. There it goes. It just takes a moment. But once it starts to shine, and melt it real good, there you are, and you are done with that. Whoops, come on. Trouble's getting my heat tool back in place. All right, now what do you think of it? Isn't that fun? I love that. Our word art, like I said, we're going to use Happy St. Patrick's Day. I picked out some gold foil. Hello, Debbie. I have Debbie watching us. It keeps popping up on my screen here, who's there. But before I do that, I want to take some adhesive sheeting because these words are fairly tiny script. Okay, it's pretty skinny. It would be hard to get glue on there. It's much easier to take some adhesive sheeting. All right, and you just take it. I cut it just a little bit smaller than the piece of cardstock that I'm using. Okay, there we go. And then it's in 3 sections, so I can peel off a little bit at a time. That way I don't get any wrinkles. Okay, well, come here. I'm trouble's getting that. There we go. Okay, now that I have my adhesive sheeting on there, I turn it back over, and I'm going to put my dies on there, and I'm going to tape them down so that they don't move. Happy St. Patrick's Day. There we go, and get some washi tape here, and just put that on there. Let's move that over. And one more. There we go. Okay, let me put this through the cut and emboss machine. Go. That should do well. Now, I always like to have a pair of tweezers when I do this next part because it, like I said, it's very intricate. There we go. And make sure it's all cut out, but you can see how it just wants to kind of stay together. It doesn't like coming apart. Okay, and of course I have tape on there too, so that's difficult. There we go. All right, that part's off. Try this one. Oh, look what that one did. It kept the backing stuck in there, and so now my happy right here is sticky. So just be careful with that as you're pulling that one off, and just put it to the side so it doesn't get in the way. So I'm going to come back out a little bit. I feel kind of too close to you guys. All right, zoom back out a bit. There we go. That's better. And then the day. All right, and now that one, the words stayed in there also. All right, so let me get all these out of the way. And get this out of the way. Bring my card back in. Oh, stop. Hold it. I almost forgot about this part. No, I'm glad I remembered, because the first one I did, I forgot, and I really needed something behind the words. It looked so plain. So this is a piece of masking tape. Let's see, where is it? It's, Masking Magic. Can you all see that? Where is it? Oh, there it is. I'm a little delayed. Masking Magic, and all I did was stamp the rainbow on it and cut it out. Peel off the backing, and it's like it's got the adhesiveness of like a Post-it note. It's very not sticky. Is that a word? Very not sticky? It's not very sticky at all, but it's just sticky enough to cover my rainbow. There we go. And then I'm going to take my marker, got my marker here, and I'm going to flick. There we go. Oh yeah, nice flicking there. Just to get a little stuff in the background. I have a thing about having just plain white in the background. All right, now I just peel this off. Okay, and that way I didn't get any of the splatter on the rainbow. I know y'all can't see that. I'm looking at my computer screen and it looks so blurry. And I really hope it's not blurry. But if it is, we'll see what I can do on my next video. All right. Oh, let's do the next thing. St. Patrick's. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Okay, where did my happy go? My happy is still inside the thing, and the adhesive is already off. All right, so I'm going to center that. I'm going to have the H kind of come up into my rainbow a little bit. There we go. I like that. Okay, and then my St. Patrick's Day. So make sure, whoops, the inside of the A is still in there, so I want to take that out. Get off of there. There we go. It's stuck to my pinky nail. That'll be all right. Okay, and I'm going to lay this down very lightly. That way, if I don't put it where I really want it, I can move it. So I'm just hardly even touching that. I need the saint. And I also noticed the dot to the I in St. Patrick is missing. Okay, so we're going to have to put that on there. Okay, hold that. And now let's get the day. Okay. Whee! Teresa is watching. Hello, Teresa. Pop out all these little pieces. I love word art. We don't have very much of it, but what we do have is fun. Another way you can do word art is if you stamp the word out and then you fussy cut it. Okay, if you don't have actual word dies. But that is what our challenge this weekend. It does not have to be a St. Patrick's Day card. It can be any card you want. But you just have to have the words cut out. Okay, so we call it word art. We also have another word art, thanks and amazing, that came out with the new catalog. So we have that. I can't think of any other words off the top of my head. But like I said, if you just fussy cut the words, that counts. All right, so I'm liking where St. Patrick's Day has landed. Happy day. All right, I pressed it all down. Now, like I said, the I for St. Patrick and the comma are still on there. All right, whoops. Oh, this is going to be difficult. I think the backing is still on the back of that. Yes, it is. Oh, Lordy. Okay. Watch this. Okay, I'm going to have to get me another, well, let's get the piercing tool. Okay, that will help hold. Okay, first of all, I need to turn it over. Hold it while I get, oh, I don't know if I can do this at all. This is almost too much. Well, I just flicked it. I have no idea where it went. All right, we're just not going to have a dot or a comma. But we are going to get a shamrock on there. Okay, now here's my little heart. And where's my ink? Here's my ink. And how you make a shamrock, it's so easy. You start with the top of the shamrock, so the heart is going to go straight up and down right here. Okay, and then you're going to put 2 more hearts on either side, and you're going to kind of overlap it, not too much, but a little bit, so that it looks like it's kind of grown together there, the leaves. Okay, and of course you could do a 4-leaf clover with the 3rd one, but I like the 3-leaf, the Trinity. Okay, and then I'm just using my brush tip, and I'm going to start down here, and whoops, I'm going to come up and kind of make it skinnier. There we go. Kind of like that. There we go. So there's our little shamrock. I'll bring it up so you can see it better. See if it'll go in focus a little bit. All right. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Isn't that pretty so far? We need to do the inside of our card. So where's that other piece? Here we go. And this one, this A Wish for Everything has May the Luck of the Irish Go Double for you. So I want to put that on here. Now, one thing I noticed, and I apologize. Of course, I didn't make this stamp, but I did notice when I stamped it, it is not completely straight on that cut line there. Yet, the sticky piece you put on there is pretty straight. So it's closer to the top on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of tilt it a wee bit. Okay, just a wee bit. It doesn't really matter that it's lopsided. I mean, it is a handmade card, but okay, one more time. So it's a little bit higher on that side. So I'm going to, whoops, one of my hairs is in the way. I'm shedding. There we go. So a little bit. Here we go. Cross my fingers. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. So let me show you the difference. You can see how that one is like kind of wonky. So I pulled it down just a little bit to try to make it as straight as I could. It's not perfect, but you'll notice that with your stamps. They're not all perfect. They're pretty nice though. I can't say anything bad about them. All right, so let's put another shamrock up here. I love this. So if you have any heart stamps, like I said, I got this one from Sweet Conversations, but this is how people make St. Patrick's Day cards when they don't actually have St. Patrick's Day stamps. Okay, so there are my shamrocks, and then I just need the little stems. And there we go. Whoops, that one kind of went funky. Oh well, that's all right. And some tape. So I hope, I can't wait to see the cards that you all create. Remember, there is a post that says it's got the challenge and it's got the instructions to the challenge. And you will post a picture of your card there in the comments. And next week I will use my comment picker and pick another winner next week. I love giving you guys free stuff. I've got so much free stuff. And it just sits here in the craft room. I never have time to play with it. So I just feel like I should give it to you. There we go. Awesome. So happy St. Patrick's Day. And just open that up. There we go. Very simple, fun card. Cut back here. Congratulations again to, oh, I've forgotten. Who was it? There we go. Terry. Terry Perrin. There we go. Congratulations again. Don't forget to send me your address. Friday is Fun Fold Friday. Can't wait to do that with you guys. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. It's nice and icy down here in Texas. I don't know where you are, but I'm staying inside and making a lot of cards today. Bye-bye.